Hello everyone, this is Ikhlaq Khan. Today what we are going to start is the chapter 2nd of Indian economy. Chapter 1 of Indian economy we have already covered in our regular classes. In this chapter we will continue with the second chapter. The second chapter is related with the time period of 1950 to 1990s. In the previous chapter what we have learned is the economy of India on the eve of independence. Over there we have seen the agriculture situation, the trade, industries and the situation of those things. In this we will continue with that only in the year of 1950 to 1990. On the eve of independence, Indian economy was completely underdeveloped. After independence on 15th August 1947, it was necessary to reconstruct the backward and stagnant Indian economy into a developed economy. That was the biggest challenge in front of the Indian leader at that time. The most important task was to decide the type of economic system, because this was the time period when every country was deciding their economic system. Now, in order to know what is economic system that India is following is the mixed economy system. So first and foremost we are supposed to know what is this economic system is all about. Economic system refers to an arrangement by which central problem of our economies are solved. So by this arrangement central problem of an economy are solved, or what we can say that it's a system. Economic system is a system or arrangement to work, system and arrangement to work and earn the livelihood. Hope the concept is clear. So economic system means the system of whole economy which provides the opportunity to work and earn the livelihood. And in this system only the major central problems of an economy are solved. What are the major central problem of an economy? The central problem of an economy are divided in three main parts. The first central problem of any economy is what to produce. Second problem is how to produce, and third is for whom to produce. So the decision and the selection of economic system will help out to solve this problem, the problem of what to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce. Let us see first what to produce means the decision of the kind of goods, the product or the services and their quantity. This decision that what will be the goods, what kind of the goods we are supposed to produce, different categories of services are there and their quantity. Once what to produce decision will be over, the next decision or the next central problem of an economy is the problem of how to produce these goods and services. For how to produce there are two methods, LIT and CIT. The word LIT stands for labor intensive technique. The word CIT stands for capital intensive techniques. It depends on the nature of the goods and services and the condition of an economy which technique that they are following. When we talk about labor intensive technique, in this technique more labor are preferred over capitals or machines. When we talk about capital intensive, in this more capital and machine is preferred over capital. Country like India where there is huge population, especially those who are unemployed, it's necessary to provide employment also. That's why we prefer in some sector labor intensive techniques, where there are certain sectors where we need to work with machines and equipment, so we are focusing on capital intensive techniques. Though nowadays day by day the labor intensive technique is replaced by capital intensive techniques. Hope the concept of how to produce is clear to you. Once how to produce is clear, then what will be the next? For whom to produce. If you have decided goods and services and the method to produce, the next important task will be decision of for whom to produce. In for whom to produce, what we will be deciding? The category and the distribution of output, to whom the output will be distributed, whether this will be distributed to most of the people or to a particular category of the people or which area. So in this way for whom to produce is the third problem. So these three problems are the central problem of economy, and these problems are solved by selection of economic system. And what is economic system? Economic system is the arrangement of various economic activities so as to earn livelihood and to solve these problems. There are three major types of economic system which is prevailing in the world. What are these types of economic system? Let us see one by one. The first is capitalist economy. The capitalist economy is one of the prevailing economy in the period of 1950s, and this economy is also known as with other name, that is market economy. Why it is known as market economy? Because most of the problem in this economy is solved by the market force. Let us see the meaning over here. Capitalist economy means the production are owned, controlled and operated by private sector. Most of the time there is a role of private sector. Government sector is very least over here. Let us move to second economy. One of the another economy type is there, which is known as socialist economy. Okay, so socialist economy means the production are owned, controlled and operated by the government. In capitalist it is the role of the private sector, where in socialist it is the role of fully government sector. So these two economy were the prevailing economy in the period of 1950-1990s. India was facing the challenge to adopt any one system. At that time our leader preferred to coexistence of both of this, and the coexistence and the combination of capitalist and socialist is mixed economy. Because India is the world's largest democracy, have the existence of private and public sector, so it was necessary to come up with a concept so that to provide facility to all. Let us see what is mixed economy. Both public and private sector are allotted respective roles for solving economic central problem. What are economic central problem? What to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. So in mixed economy, both even private sector and at the same time the government sector, which is known as public sector, they were allotted roles to solve certain central problems. Let us see some of the other basic countries who are following these. Though it is very difficult to say a country who is fully capitalist or fully socialist or fully mixed economy. Most of the time countries are the combination of these three. Let us see for capitalist. For capitalists, there are certain basic examples, that is USA, United States of America, Canada, Chile, Germany, United Kingdom, Japan, South Korea. These are the certain example for capitalist economy. Though it's not like that they are following only private sector, though government role is there. So it's not same like that whole country will be of the same one capitalist only. Let us move to socialist. In case of socialist economy, there are certain major examples. What are this? The main example for socialist, what you will find will be the China. This is the best example for socialist economy. Then Denmark, Finland, Netherlands, Sweden, Norway. These all are the economy which follow the socialist economy. Let us move to mixed economy. When we talk about mixed economy, so what we can take example, the best example for mixed economy is India. India is the best example for mixed economy. Then there are several other like Sweden, France, they are also following mixed economy. Though Hong Kong, Singapore and New Zealand, they are following the capitalist economy only. Now let us see how these countries, a capitalist economy or a mixed economy or centralized or socialist economy, how they are solving the central problem. Like what to produce. When we talk about capitalist economy, how they solve goods which can be sold with maximum profit. Why with maximum profit? Because capitalist economy is the economy which is operated by private hands and they will work only for profit, mainly for profit. So only those goods which can be sold at maximum profit, they are produced in domestic or foreign market, for domestic and foreign market. So this is the example for what to produce is the problem. Capitalist economy, socialist economy or mixed economy, each economy is following having the problem of what to produce. How capitalist economy solve it? They solve by deciding the product which will give them maximum profit. But when we talk about socialist economy, how socialist economy will solve its problem? What they will solve, what they will do, they will produce the product which will give maximum welfare to general public, not the maximum profit. When we talk about mixed economy, so they divide the product. Like in our country, there are certain products are divided, precious products and luxurious product, and there are necessary products. Necessary product will be sold at less price. So in case of mixed economy, products are divided, like luxury products are there, necessary products are there. So necessary product, government will ensure to availability of this product to each and everyone. That's why they will provide at low price, whereas luxury product will be at a high price. Hope the concept of what to produce problem is clear to you. Next, let us see how to produce. There are two techniques, labor intensive techniques and capital intensive technique. Capitalist economy, one who focus on profit will prefer a cheaper technique of production, whereas mixed economy or a socialist economy will prefer to produce an economy which will give more employment at a time. Not only profit, but they will also focus on the employment. Let us move to another. For whom to produce? Like over here in a capitalist economy, what they will do, not on the basis of need but income basis and the purchasing power basis, because capitalist economy is the economy for profit. So not on the basis of need but on the basis of purchasing power, one who can pay more, that product, particular kind of product will be produced. But in socialist or in a mixed economy, not only on the basis of the purchasing power, though purchasing power is important criteria, but in mixed economy and socialist economy, most of the time it's the need basis. Need is the limelight for the production, for whom to produce. Hope the concept of what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce is clear to you. For solving these problems, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce, there was need of certain planning system. And what we are going to discuss next in this chapter is the next topic of R, that is economic planning. To solve central economic problem of any country, there was severe requirement of proper planning. It is not possible to make any work and without proper planning. Even if you are deciding to score very good marks or to get admission in one of the reputed college of the India, you must have some plan. Without having proper plan, and what is a plan? Plan is a pre-decide goals, pre-decide strategy. So what we are making? We are making a proper plan, a written work. Plan is a written work, pre-decision. What we used to do over here? We used to forecast. We used to make a strategy. Okay. So in this way, with proper planning, the central problem of an economy can be solved, and this proper planning is known as economic planning. Let us see the economic planning meaning. Economic planning can be defined as making major economic decision, because we are talking economic planning. Planning is deciding in advance, deciding in advance for the future events. When we talk about economic planning, so this planning is related with deciding for the planning for future course of event. Or in the economic planning, what we will decide? What, how, and for whom to produce by conscious decision of the determinate authority on the basis of comprehensive survey of economy as a whole. Government set up planning commission in 1950. Why government set up this planning commission? To make economic planning, to make proper decisions, to take economic decisions. Government set up one of the planning commission. Now this planning commission has been replaced with one of the institution, and which is known as now Niti Aayog. I hope the concept of Niti Aayog is clear to you. So government set up planning commission in 1950 with the Prime Minister as the chairman. The purpose of commission was to carefully assess the human and physical resources of the country and to prepare the plans for the effective use of resources. The planning commission fixed the planning period at 5 years. What is the planning period? Is 5 years, which begins the era of 5-year plan in India. Let us see further. Concept of 5-year plan was borrowed from the former Soviet Union. So this we have to learn, former Soviet Union. And there are one more plan which is known as perspective plan. This perspective plan are the plan for 20 years, and 5-year plan work as a basis for perspective plan. Hope the concept of economic planning is clear. So economic planning can be defined as a making major economic decision, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce by the conscious decisions of a determinate authority on the basis of comprehensive survey of the economy as a whole. And we have seen certain basic thing for this, that the planning commission was set up in India in 1950. It was taken from former Soviet Union, and it worked as a basis for perspective plan. Perspective plan are the plan for 20 years. And nowadays the planning commission is replaced with Niti Aayog. Planning commission in India work for a 5-year plan. In the coming videos, what we will discuss is the goal of 5-year plans. For this video, this is it for today. Hope the concepts are clear to you. If you have any doubt and confusion, please let me know through your comments in comment section box. Have a very nice day ahead. Thank you very much.